Good afternoon on what is a warm, bright and sunny day. It is Wednesday, the 19th of June, and I'm in the reading up with a nice hot cup of tea and a parcel to continue unboxing. What I've got in here is Into the Nine Realms for Runecairn. So, journey further into the mysterious Nine Realms in this collection of one-page dungeons for the Norse fantasy adventure game Runecairn. 16 self-contained maps and encounters perfect for running one-shots or dropping into a larger campaign, explore lost ruins, brave corrupted villages, delve cursed cabins, and scale the limbs of the world tree. Suitable for standard or solo play, requires Runecairn Wardensaga or core rules and the Runecairn bestiary. So, Runecairn, this is published by Odin's Beard RPG. And Runecairn Wardensaga is a basically one-on-one role-playing game, one player, one game master, but with rules for increasing the number of players if you want, or even solo play, in which you play a survivor in a post-Ragnarok world, exploring it, finding out what's happened to it in the aftermath of the Ragnarok, attempting to make the world a better place. So, very simple. We've got a credits page, contents page on the inside flyleaf, and then we are into each of the different locations. So we start off with World Serpent Hollow, and as you can see, you've got a really nice map, and then numbered, and then you've got the locations described in kind of bullet point fashion. So, for example, it says, location 4, partially excavated, smell of tobacco. And then the following bullet points, eastern end rigged wall with 2 falling stone traps, hunched dwarf mutters, guards, secret room, 7 hidden behind shimmering stone wall. So there we go. There we've got location 4, and that there is just a simple description. That the very bare bones, but with plenty of scope for the warden, the game master, to elaborate upon if she wishes, and it's all pretty much similar to that throughout. Then you also do have a little handy key down there as to the different aspects of what's in that dungeon. So that one actually takes place in the world Serpent, basically the great beast which falls to earth. Next one is Storm of Arrows. Basically, harsh, freezing snow blows across the desolate snow battlefields. Dozens of massive arrows, each 10 foot long, pit and skull the landscape. Enormous petrified stumps surround a deep trench near the centre of the remains of an ancient fallen tree, and so on. Essentially, you've got a kill zone there to try and get across. And this one actually, that one does actually have an interesting description, whereas that one doesn't. And then we've got a fallen keep, abandoned keep, crumbling and fallen to the elves of the forest, rough-hewn stone walls. So like more maze-like necessary than a keep. So with long passages and so on. They're on to Greenwater Swamp. Well, in fact, the other thing is basically saying each one is different. So here, again, you've got the introduction, you've got introduction there, but you've actually got like an encounter and trap tables at the bottom there, as if it was more like a traditional dungeon. And then we've got a Greenwater Swamp. That one's nicely illustrated, as you can see. Mistbound Village, you've got ruins of a village there, and then almost in sort of like it is in a small valley or even in a cavern, and again similar, you've got a key down at the bottom, and clear map and the facing illustration. Poison steeped plain, again scorched and blasted plain with a great chasm rent into the earth. Thin green mist fills the air amidst irregular patterns of searing rain. And really not a lot of description as such. You've got a description there of the rickety bridge there, X's mark any possible encounter, and then you've got the table of encounters at the bottom. So nice and simple. When in catacombs, very snake-like. Again, a key, map, and then location, sort of like X's. You've got traps, but you've got a bone piles that the player character can investigate. And then corrupted harbour. Again, another nice illustration. Decrepit coastal village, buildings rotten and fallen apart, foul stench of the sea and decay, strange twisted cattle roam the village, half starved with disgusting boars and growths. And then you've got sort of like swamp shacks, fishing shacks now rotted and falling apart. And you've got a table there for what happens when you enter a swamp shack. You might have a treasure, nothing or an encounter. Then you've got a treasure table and a little encounter table there. As the to roll on as the player character goes around and explores. Grove of Woe, secluded grove of looming ash trees, quite safe for the creaking of branches and whistling wind, and it's for the corrupted trees. You've got a big boss there, a lindworm, classic Nordic great beast. Also features invasion, and then an oozing battlefield, once majestic land overtaken by corrupting evil. Two factions vie for control of the living and the dead, covered in sickly green water, viscous and thick, Harl's movement speed. Okay, and I mean, all of these are really kind of nice encounters, which you can just drop into a campaign or just run as one-offs. But you know, if you've got these on the shelf, you could easily drop this into any other old school Renaissance OSR style game, and nobody, would bat an eyelid. And then for this one, of course, you've got swamp encounters and land encounters. That should be the other way around. You've got a crawling cavern, pitch black cavern filled with a sound of skittering movement as thousands of tiny spiders crawl the walls and ceiling. Not one for your anyone's got a favour of spiders. Basically you've got tables there for potential discoveries and treasure, marked with the X. So there's a nice, in each of these there's a nice degree of randomness as well. Glade of ash, mist-coloured glade, clotted with ancient burial mounds. And this one, again, nice illustration. You've got encounter tables and so on. Again, so each time you run this or encounter this, it's different. The ring fortress, a circular fortress with raised and fortified edges, reinforced against invaders' four main entrances with sprawling hammer-shaped cairn at the centre. Doesn't quite fit the illustration, but the illustration is good. But you think that the hammer symbol there is quite important to Norse culture. The character's going to possibly run into a ghost colossus. And they've got a cairn of thunder, hand-dug black tunnels secretly charged by unfathomable forces long ago. The tunnels are dead but not silent. And again, perhaps what you could actually take, is take that hammer, turn it up the other way like that, and you have whatever's in there. So you see what I mean? That can work together. It may well actually be written like that. It's obviously on first glance it's not clear. Issa Hunt, ancient stone wall lies crumbling and broken, debris strewn everywhere, soft whispers on the wind, brief walls gurgle from the fallen stone. This area infused with the scattered energies of an Issa long destroyed. And as the boss is a malevolent being of twisted power and hatred claims this land, riding back and forth on his hideous black steed, a headless Jotun riding a nift mare. Nice. And again, you've got encounter tables, but of course you're going to end up facing off against the headless horseman. And then you've got the limbs of Yggdrasil. You can literally climb those and discover them, possibly encountering a spectral archer, and facing off against that at the very end. So, that's Runecairn, Into the Nine Realms, a set of 9 one-page encounters that you can run for Runecairn, Wardensaga, or adapt to your own setting if you wish. It looks absolutely terrific. Nice little booklet of ready to play adventures that are incredibly easy to prepare, I would suggest. Anyway, I do hope you enjoyed this unboxing in the Nook. If you did, then please do click on the like button down below. And if you've got any comments or feedback, I do appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to get more unboxings of the Nook, where you will see me out here with a box containing a book or game or role-playing supplement, which I will unbox and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea, then please do click on the subscribe button down below. Thanks again for watching another unboxing of the Nook. I will be back again soon with another one. Bye for now.